You get hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. Arsenal versus West Ham. I was waiting for that goal to come. I said any second now. Even after West Ham scored, I said any second now. Why? Because Arsenal were playing silky smooth, especially those 10 minutes right before the first goal. They were playing so damn well. So well. Everybody, Trossard, Martinelli, Odegaard with the skills and the pass and the vision. Gabriel Jesus, Saka even, right? Everybody was just nicely integrated. And even, like I said, even after that first goal, which was a surprise because they were playing so well, I said to myself, okay, we're getting one of these games where like the home field advantage or the home team is playing really well, but that one attack, that one counter attack, and they end up scoring, right? The other team ends up scoring. I said, okay, no fear. I trust Arsenal. I trust that they're going to end up scoring. They're going to get the equalizer, and they're good. They're even going to win this game, right? Because they're supposedly on paper they're the better team, and it just never came. It never came, and there were little spurts where you saw Saka, for instance, take a long distance shot because those creative plays, those combinations were just not getting the results that they wanted. They were not getting clear opportunities to be able to score and to end up getting the tie, to end up winning the game. And it just wasn't coming. And they were doing everything. Credit to them. They did everything that they could. I don't even really have that many complaints about Saka. Saka, the usual. I mean, at this point, I'm getting used to him playing the way he plays. I was the first half, when the first half ended, I said, because they were playing a lot more with Saka, I said maybe if they integrate, they get what's his name, Martinelli involved in the game. Things will probably change because it seemed like they needed crosses. They need a lot more crosses because they were playing too much through the middle. They were trying to get these plays to somehow thread into the middle, and West Ham was not having that. They were doing a really, really good job in the middle, in the back, and just staying there and just being uniform, and nothing was getting through. They played in the second half a little bit more with Martinelli until they took him out, and they were creating something. They were. I would have liked to see a little bit more of that, to see Martinelli play, to give him a little bit more minutes, but he was beginning to slack off towards the end. So everybody was doing well. But then even Saka, like I said, Saka, just, man, I wish he would just drive it down the line and center, but he really does not want to expose his weakness. He has no right foot at all. The pass from Odegaard that he ended up hitting the first post, with his right foot, I'm going to say that he was trying to set himself up with his left foot, and he just didn't control the ball, well enough, and it ended up going to his right foot. But I would have preferred if he would have just shot it, like if he was going to go with his left foot, just that first touch, and he would have had more of a chance to be able to score. There was the header that Gabriel Jesus ended up lobbing the ball up. It wasn't even really a center. It was kind of like vertically. Ends up, heading it. Not much he could do. It was a tight angle. The ball was kind of like floating. From that angle, it's really hard to get like a really, strong header. So, he did what he could, Saka. Yeah, I really have no complaints. Just wish again that he would have, just at least once or twice driven down the line, because when he ends up hooking it to his left foot, to his preferred foot, it's a 1v1, and then it ends up being a 2v1, sometimes a 3v1, and at that point, what can you do, And of course, people are going to say that, oh, but he ends up getting really good results when he, drives inwards with his left foot. He does that, but I would think you have to switch it up, sometimes. And then there was the simulation. He's lucky he didn't get that. He didn't get a yellow for that, where he was trying to claim a penalty. I don't think there was a penalty at all. Clearly, that was not a penalty. Now, West Ham, like I said, organized, uniform. I thought they did a phenomenal job. And maybe somebody was telling me that, that's the way Aston Villa should have played Manchester United after they scored the 2 goals. I do agree with that, but there's not that many teams that could hold on for 90 minutes. West Ham did that in this game, and they did amazingly, right? Or maybe you can say Arsenal just weren't having that night, because Arsenal had a lot of opportunities, like I said, with Saka, with Martinelli, with that one play, that one combination with everybody. I think it was the pass to Saka to Jesus, and him doing the dummy, and Martinelli ending up having a chance to score. I think that was one of the clearest chances that Arsenal had. Everybody, Gabriel Jesus had like 2 headers, but just could not He could not. Everything was right to Areola, and the effort too was there. Come on, like they put in a lot of effort. Odegaard, they were trying. They gave everything. Gabriel Jesus as well. And maybe some people would get upset that, yeah, what's effort if you're not scoring? We need a true bona fide striker. You have to score from the most uncomfortable positions. And I do agree, because we've seen strikers that have been able to do that, right? And who cares almost about the effort? I mean, you could appreciate the effort. So that first goal from West Ham was just a trip, because I don't know, Gabriela was trying to clear the ball and Zinchenko got in the way. Lack of communication right there, right? I don't know how hard it is to tell the person like, hey, I'm behind you. Everything's going fast, I know. Then there's the issue, maybe some people would disagree, but you're speaking in your second language or third language. I don't know English, what that is for both of them. But yeah, the reaction time was just slow. But I wouldn't really place so much blame on. Could have done a better job, yes, definitely. Gabriel and Zinchenko. But the ball going out, they said that it was inconclusive. That looked very conclusive to me. And there was sufficient enough evidence to see that the ball was completely out. That's just me. I don't know. That should have been disallowed. And that to me was like kind of like the turning point for Arsenal. After that, they just struggled. The pressure was just mounting. But that's just football. Like if that goal didn't happen, I think maybe another play would have ended up happening. I mean, the second goal would have came, right? And then the second goal, again, Zinchenko. Zinchenko had Mavropanos. He was the one that was marking him, and then he just completely lost track of Mavropanos, and really good header from Mavropanos. But that to me was on Zinchenko. Now, Zinchenko, I've noticed since last season, he's really, really, really slacked off. He's really slowed down. He's making a lot of mistakes, a lot more than usual. A lot more than just it happens, right? Mistakes that he needed to come out, mistakes that I can see why Guardiola, Manchester City, easily offloaded him, because last season to me he was easily one of the best, if not the best, player for Manchester City. For Arsenal. And this season, these last several weeks, he's been just the weakest link, I would say, of Arsenal. I don't know what's going on with Zinchenko. And then he's all over the place, too. He's playing, I don't know what kind of position, but he's all over the place. So I do believe that this game should have been a game that they should have won. Not easily, but that they should have won. Especially being at home also. They needed this win. They really, really needed this win. And it's only giving Manchester City that opportunity to come back, and take the lead. They're slowly but surely going to come back. These teams got to band together and do everything they can to keep Manchester City as far away as possible. Anyways, that's all I got to say about that. Thank you so much for tuning in as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Tschüss.